Hello. And thank you, Beverly, for inviting me back. I was born a runt, a weakling. I was a delicate boy and had far less athletic ability than any guy should have. I was very timid and very careful, okay? At a point in my adult life, I got offered a job which I was wildly unprepared for, yet I took it nonetheless. The expectations were high to perform at a high executive level, and I had no idea how to meet them. I just had to figure it out. I did figure it out and was delightfully successful and learned a life lesson that has carried me through the last 20 plus years, through some pretty rough experiences, and it's something that anyone can do, gratefully. You start by just saying yes. At the outset, you understand going into it that I don't know what's going on, I'm going to have to figure this out, but I'm going to figure it out, and then I'm going to work. I'm going to work my ass off. I'm going to work hard. And then you just go do that, and you learn things, and you work hard, and you just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. I had a chance to be interviewed with the general manager of a Los Angeles area casino. During the interview, this tall older man, this is a cartoon of a casino owner, tall, skinny as a rail, suspenders, little pencil-thin mustache, black slick back hair, smoking like a choo-choo train, man. The guy was nuts. And he leans back in his big wing-back chair, and he starts flipping through my resume, and we're just kind of chit-chatting back and forth about aspects of my resume and stuff that's on there. By the way, not a fucking thing on my resume has anything to do with casinos or gaming, okay? But at one point, he comes to a question that is very specific, and it was a question to which I believed I had the correct answer, and I was sure I was going to just nail the answer to the question. And let me set this up with a little bit of context. I was interviewing for a job as Chief Marketing Officer of a Los Angeles area casino, or card clubs as they were known. It was in the city of Gardena, down in the South Bay here. And back in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, that region was very well known for its automobile culture, car culture. They did a lot of car mechanics that were doing funny cars, you know, race cars, dragsters, a lot of mechanic shops doing custom jobs on cars. It was a lot of car clubs around there. So when this guy asked me in the interview, how well do you know card clubs? I heard car clubs. So I launched into a treaty about how there are a lot of them around. They've got a lot of followers. There are a lot of followers very loyal, and it was just going on about car clubs and all the administrative about that stuff. And his eyes were pretty happy at first, like, wow, this guy's dialed in, he knows stuff, this is good. And then I kept going on, and I could see his eyes shift a little bit. Yeah, because he's looking at me like, I don't know what the fuck this guy's talking about. And but I spoke with it with such clarity, you know, and such authority, you know. I could tell that he was like, I don't want to interrupt this guy. And he's probably thinking he knows something about card clubs, I don't know. And I just got hired as a casino manager. I better just listen to this guy for a little bit. So he began to talk about card clubs and aspects of them and things that I ought to be aware of and things I should be familiar with. And it became clear to me that while he was talking to me, we were talking about two completely different fucking things, you know? So my eyes shifted a little bit, like he didn't know what the hell he was talking about. He didn't know what I was talking about. We realized we're both like in the weeds right now, and neither one of us wanted to call each other's bluff. So we kind of fluffed through it for a little bit, went through the rough a little bit, and got back onto a point where he started talking about other things off the resume. We got kind of back on track. This went on for about an hour. So I was sure I was not going to get that job. It was obvious I wasn't going to get that job. I got the job. Shit. My mission was to take their marketing plan, review it, make tweaks to it, adjustments, and then roll it out. Now, I have to meet these very high expectations that I was nowhere near to meet. At least I didn't think I was. So I get into my new office, I got a nice desk, I got my phone, I got my computer, got a big file cabinet, big fucking thing, there's nothing in it. Empty, not even the folders, nothing. And no staff, no team, no resources. So what am I gonna do? Well, I opened there several pages of a marketing plan, and it's empty. It's like a little book, and every page is just a marketing template they got from some computer place, from some whatever, and they were just plugging numbers in. And so basically, they hired me with the expectation of fixing and tweaking something that doesn't even exist. I've never built a marketing department from scratch, let alone been a marketing manager of anything. I don't know what the hell I was doing. Their plan was basically, let's build the building, let's put the celebrity owner's name up on it, let's put the brand name up on it, open the front doors, everybody shows up. Nobody showed up, so that's where I come in. $50 million they blew. Yeah, and they didn't have an advertising plan. So, I have a job with a company that has no marketing plan, nothing for me to adjust, and basically, you know, good luck, hope you like your office. And they were waiting for results. So here's what I did. I went to meetings, I listened a lot, I worked hard for 10 hours a day and more, and then when I left at the end of the day, I knew I had to drive through downtown LA to get back home, and downtown LA is where the Central Library is. The Los Angeles Public Library. So I was like, I'll just leave early enough to get there before they close. I'm gonna go down to the business district, business section. I'm gonna learn everything I can about business. I'm gonna learn everything I can about advertising, billboards. The internet was brand new. I'm gonna learn all about that stuff. They got to know me, so every day I went in, they would have books to share with me and stuff. Help me get on my game. I figured that if I held that job for like 6 months, it looked great on a resume. You know, I'd go find another job. A year later, I was like, wow, this is working out pretty good. If I can get 2 years out of this, it's going to look great on a resume, get myself a good job. 12 years later, I'm there. I made hundreds of radio commercials, TV commercials, billboards, websites, print ads, special events, more. Every month, I was expecting to get fired. But every month, they gave me more and more authority, more praise, more opportunity, and more money. But every step of the way, my expectation was, you're gonna fail, you're failing now, and at any minute they're gonna figure this out and they're gonna fire your ass, all right? So, I guess what I'm saying, getting at is this. Even a scrawny weakling, a timid little man, you're right, very careful all the time, he can meet and beat their own expectations of failure with a very simple recipe, and you know this recipe. You meet the moment. Right? You identify the lesson. You get on your game. You learn everything you can about the most relevant stuff. And then you apply what you learned, and you work your butt off. You work harder than the next guy, right? They don't know what you don't know, right? So identify the lesson, study up, execute, look for what went right, and then rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, and we can succeed. I'm a success. I had no idea. Thank you.